What is going on, Sales Dev Squad? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Sales Dev Squad podcast. We have a super special guest for you today. We'll be speaking to a BMW enthusiast, a mechanic turned SDR, a future business owner from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Today we'll have Oscar Cruz on the podcast today. Right now, he just landed a new SDR role for Aptera in Fort Wayne. Was actually a part of the sales training based company, pre-hired. But thanks so much for joining us today, Oscar. How are you?
Great, Mateo. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Well, dude, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. I came across your profile on LinkedIn, and I thought it was really interesting, not only because you have like a really cool LinkedIn background, but it seems like you're really passionate about the automotive space. And again, you just landed a new SDR role, which is awesome. Walk us through like a little bit about you, man, and like your passions within the automotive world.
Yeah, sure. The passion with the automotive industry, really, a mechanic industry, has always been a part of my life since I was younger. My father was a diesel technician, also a truck driver, and now has his own company going on with buying and selling used semi trucks. So it's always been in my blood. And straight out of high school, that's decided that was going to be my career, and specifically being a BMW technician. So I went out to Cleveland to a trade school because they had a BMW course facility there where once you graduated, if you were qualified, you can train under the BMW facility and come out as a level 3 certified technician. So I did that. Was then moved to Florida, working in Jupiter, Florida, with a BMW dealership there. Did that for 2 years. Came back to Fort Wayne and was doing that the same thing role here. And yeah, so it's always been in my dream. BMW is always was my favorite car since I was younger. Like I had my first BMW when I was like a junior in high school, and
Nice.
I love that thing. And I wish I still had it today, but back then I didn't really know how to work on them. They were complicated, but now to me it's pretty simple. So yeah, I did recently bought another BMW similar to what I had when I was a junior in high school. So that's pretty cool. I'm planning on fixing that up a little bit more and modding it out. But I kind of reached to a point where I got to where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a BMW technician. They sent me out, and I was a certified mini master technician as well. So I was doing both sides of the models and brands of things. And I got to a point where, like, I looked around, I see guys just being there for 10, 15 years, still wrenching, making great money, but just never advanced themselves in their career. And I like, that's not for me. I want to be something else more than just this. This was just for my stepping stone. I was making great money, but it wasn't a place where I could see myself long term after I got to that point. So that's when I discovered, I started searching around on the internet. I was thinking about going back to school, going back to business, doing something because, all these jobs that I'm looking at require some sort of degree or some sort of, 5 years of experience of some sort. And, coming from the automotive industry, trying to get into sales, I have no experience in that. So that's when I discovered pre-hired. And, I really just found it on a Facebook ad, and I clicked on it, searched through it, did my due diligence, and went to the website, verified it, that was actually legit. And it was, and, went through their interview process because they don't just enroll any person. You got to fit their personality. You got to be a go-getter. You got to have that, like, almost an entrepreneur spirit, and to make it into this type of industry. So I did that, and it was about a 6 months course. It took me to get certified from start to finish. And once I was certified, I was able to break into the industry and become an SDR for a company called Sales Hive.
I saw
And I
that
was,
was really cool. What did they do?
yeah, so they're a lead generation company, and
Nice.
I was part of their cold calling team. So going
Shoot.
from mechanic and going
How
to
was that,
cold
man? Like,
calling.
how was like doing your first cold? Was that like when you actually tried like a first cold call or what?
So in the pre-hire courses, they kind of train you how to make a cold call. You rehearse it, but it's nothing. I mean, nothing really prepares you until you actually make that first cold call into, someone just hangs up straight up in your face or cuss you out or whatnot. But
Dude,
no,
three
it was,
meetings booked per week? Dang.
yeah, yeah. I mean, at first it wasn't that easy. I just kind of like they helped me out. They, you know, I had a mentor in the company that I was just rehearsing with the way I was saying things, and like, you know, just different strategy of trying to like get the cold call in there. But I mean, I'm making about like 200, 400 calls a day, just straight cold calling, and that really like kind of like broke my nerves of just talking to these, you
Yeah.
know, executive level people, and like, and just really just have a, just come down to like, hey, just me and you just having a casual conversation. And yeah, so thanks to that, yeah, and that experience, I was able to apply for Aptera, because I was working remotely, and I did it for 3 months, and man, I'm not I can't stay at home, man. Like, I was just working from home with my dog. I feel like he was getting annoyed with me because I just kept on talking to him, and I don't know. Working from home is just not for me, I guess. So that's when I was looking out for an in office role as an SDR, and Aptera was looking for an SDR, and I applied. And what's funny is that they actually, like 2 days later, you know, I was gonna send out a whole sequence of emails and calls, and you know, try to get in. But I mean, before I even started doing that, they like sent me an email right away saying that I wasn't qualified, and you know, thank you for applying and have a nice day. You know, that didn't sit right with me. You know, I knew I wasn't like 100%
Yeah.
qualified, but I had the experience, I
Yeah,
had
you
the
already had the
knowledge, you know.
SDR experience.
Yeah, like they could have at least entertained me with the first interview or something, I thought. So that didn't sit right with me. And I also thought that the email that I received was kind of automated. So maybe it was just like my resume didn't pass their screening or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to use my cold calling skills and called my director sales, Scott, at Aptera. And you know, luckily he answered, and he was impressed the way I handled the call. And you know, 3 interviews later, boom, I'm in.
So you literally like created that opportunity for you because originally they denied you.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that is incredible, man. Like if that doesn't show like that you can actually do the job, then I don't know what does, man. That's amazing. I guess like looking back, right? Like cuz it doesn't seem too long ago you were like doing mechanic sort of work. Like is there anything that you learned like working with your hands that sort of translated to kind of your role now in sales, or just anything in that field that has kind of followed you and that sort of helps you up in your current role?
Definitely. You know, you really, as a technician, you know, you're not hourly. I don't know how much most people know that when you go to an actual dealership, the technicians aren't paid hourly. They're paid by, basically, they're commission based. Whatever vehicle they're working on, they're getting paid a certain amount of hours per vehicle. So it really taught you how to like manage your time properly and be efficient and make sure you're doing the job correctly the first time. And just from that experience there, it really, you know, transitioned to what I'm doing now. You know, I'm managing my time. You know, I'm a go-getter. You know, I'm not waiting for someone to tell me to do something. You know, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that meeting, whatever it takes. So that what I brought to me from the automotive industry into the sales role.
Dude, that's amazing, man. I mean, you've made it happen for yourself, and you've had two SDR roles in the past like 6 months. Congratulations, man. I mean, that's amazing. I guess like for anyone listening out there that like may be doing like motive work and they know that's not what they want to do for the rest of their lives, or maybe just someone was inspired by your words here, like what advice do you have for them if this is something that they want to like pursue?
Yeah, it's crazy that just to think about like a year ago. You know, I was a diesel technician and an automotive technician, you know, working on my hands. And, you know, I never thought I was actually going to be in this corporate role and this, you know, in this type of industry doing what I'm doing. You know, I knew I wanted to be in sales, but I mean, my advice is to just do it, you know, whether it's, you know, I don't want to say just leave your current position, but like maybe get a part-time as a sales, you know, associate somewhere, or maybe what I did, you know, go find an e-learning website like pre-hire, and, you know, that helps you get your foot into the industry and prepare you for this type of thing. You know, it really comes down to the individual. You know, I can, you know, tell you do it, but you know, it really comes down to the individual. If you have that drive and if you really want to change, like I was scared. This is a huge risk that I was taking because I had bills to pay, and this not being like a for sure thing. I don't know how much money I was gonna supposed to make and how I was supposed to pay my bills, but you just got to do it. You just got to take that risk. And if you're not going to take the risk now, when are you going to take that
Mm-hmm.
risk?
Mm-hmm. 100%, man. I'm so glad it worked out for you, and you continue to crush it, man. That's awesome. I noticed that like you also are really passionate about starting your own business, and one thing that I love about the SDR role is that like we're basically learning how to like start a business or how to be an entrepreneur, right? Those sales skills are so fundamental. Like what's next after you crush your role, man? Like what do you want to do in business, or what kind of business would you want to start one day?
That's a good question there, and that's another reason why I like wanted to become an SDR because like those words where you said, you're kind of like creating your own sales funnel, your own business like thing, no one is holding your hand to, you got to send this message to this guy saying this and saying that. It's really comes, like I said, it comes down to the individual being an entrepreneur spirit. And so that's why SDR was like my main goal to become. But for the future, I really just trying to soak up everything that I can with Aptera and learn as much as I can with Aptera. And like I'm grateful for where I'm at. And eventually, I do want to open my own business, but what that is, that's the future will tell me. To be honest, I really don't know yet.
Nice. Like probably something in the automotive space, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, something, like that's, I mean, I still do that on the side, like a side hustle. I invested like, tens of thousands of dollars in tools, so I'm not gonna let that go to rust. So I do have with my father, we have a repair shop located somewhere else, and I do that on the side as well. So yeah, I mean, I kind of do have my own business going on, but it's not like a whole, I'm not dedicating the
Yeah,
whole 9 yards that as I could.
for sure, man. That's awesome. I guess for anyone listening out there that was interested, like, what do you usually do for like fun? Like, it seems like you really like to work with your hands outside of work. Anything else, interesting that you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have a dog. I like to play with him a lot, and I'm a big soccer fan. So on the weekends, I like to get together with my boys and maybe play a pickup game or something, and or
Nice.
basketball or whatever it is that we're deciding to do that weekend or that during the week. Right now I'm really focusing on. I'm more into fitness now, and I'm trying to get my cardio in and working out like consistently almost. So that's what I'm doing a lot. It really helps my mind break free from staring at a screen 8 hours a day and
Seriously.
just like just disconnect from work for a little while.
Yeah. So you're pretty much all back and going in the office now?
Yeah. So yeah, we're working from Monday to Thursday, and then Friday is kind of option of going into the office or working remotely. But I mean, I want to say they're probably like 40% everyone going into the office. A lot of people are still hesitating to go back into the office because it's just so much. I think it's just more convenient for them just to work from home, to be
Yeah.
honest, and to come into the office.
It's a hit or miss, man, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Anyways, I really appreciate the chat, Oscar. I'm super excited to see how things turn out, man. And again, like, thanks for sharing all this insight. I don't think people really realize how the SDR role is a really special role, and anyone can do it as long as you put in the work. So you're definitely a testament to that. But I guess for anyone out there that may be interested in just like maybe joining your team at Aptera, or want to get to know more about your experience at Prehired, or just get to know you on a personal note, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can hit me up on LinkedIn. Really, that's where I'm at most of the time. On my phone or on the computer. Just search Oscar Cruz, and you should be fine. I should be like the first top 5 people to pop up.
Sweet, yeah. Check him out, guys. Oscar Cruz, mechanic turned conversation starter. I love that line, by the way. Really
Thanks, yeah.
appreciate your time, Oscar, and hope we can stay in touch, man. And Sales Lift Squad, we will catch you guys on the next one.